ya pem so na yatiasi ensemfo from energy minister John Abdullah Jinapor no de hintasem bi atudwa kyese ensam no agigana fo ensem ni nyina da ne se wose wo fi na adwuma asese wosoafo wahye honom no eni na hibia na enso obetimi asini people say Electricity Company of Ghana ECG dwirimudie kata hye ne proye ya ekoso krono boya ekoso ECG akache honom no kyese emu ya wuram eni enyan papapa ni nyina da se emfidie bia ECG import ye different monone ebe PM e Ghana ha se ye beka atema porter esi wonu mu si yesi ya de kowie nyina ne say wo my Ghana timamufo taxpayers money causing financial loss to the state TB kire say sika puduo sika pempem ena etimi ehye na ye ragina podi nsemu tudwa na wo kire say wo firi adwuma se no aye nhwemu ahuduo pi asan to kra ati abedwakuo ya wo mo eye hwehwemu e de fa ECG one contract ahuduo emu kwan yo mo fa so a wo mi import niema procurement breaches ahuduo pinu akoso wase ECG ebo mode import container bia na chese eniema ewo mu no wo bu ho akonta America dollars no $500,000 afa dia chese container ni bedru ye eniema no akamu ECG company fo bu achese a wo mu ni sika obra akwa clear container no e dia free port ho no eniema ni si ho no a container mu niema $500,000 no na chese ekwa demurrage enti ekwa ye no ya auction ya turn for eniema $500,000 no obi etimi akwa turn 100,000 Ghana cedis ni pakro no eto sa container ni mu niema nyina no 100,000 Ghana cedis ya na ECG for sanso afachire akwa turn niema $300,000 eri no otwe no ko program anoye ewo tech was asa we dia pantema what a hell mama import niema e dia ba bedru Ghana ha say ya tema port a niema ni boy $500,000 ya ECG for say eye wo mu dan kura na say ye di wo mu say dan kura na wo mu enya na aban a confiscate niema no wo ma ton for $400,000 Ghana cedis ECG no wo mu so mu nya sika enkwa clear container no every tema port no $100,000 wo mu ni bi $150,000 wo mu ni bi $180,000 wo mu ni bi obi efa chire kwakwa ton for $400,000 Ghana cedis no ECG sanso kwesi achire enya $300,000 ekoye ekwakoto eniema no Abdullah Jinapor bu achire se eniema akoso ewo ECG and ekufado abamu no emu ya wuram enunti wate abedwakuo ya wafrase a wo mu eye mu hwehwemu yentie semode atodwa.
Right in opposition, we kept insisting that the system was inefficient. ECG was mismanaging the funds, under declaration of their revenues, and involvement in so much procurement, unplanned procurement, some of them unbudgeted for, and that is what is culminated in this problem. On assumption of office, I asked for the first month report, and what I got to know, to the shock of my life, is that ECG collects about 1.5 billion, and of that amount, about 500 million is not declared as far as the cash waterfall mechanism is concerned. So what ECG does is that of the 1.5 billion, they keep 500 first before they move in to take some more from the 1 billion, which is in contravention to the policy, to the cash waterfall mechanism. And so far what we are realizing is that they've gone into so many contractual obligations. So many banks deduct their monies at source. They've just gone for what they call a super vendor. That super vendor takes 5% at source. They've gone for a certain payment app from a company that takes another 3% at source. And so I have an issue. You have a lot of deductions at source, which eats away almost a chunk of the money. I've just sent a directive, a case scenario like the 1.5 billion. What ECG ought to do is to deposit all the money into a holding account. So all the 1.5 billion ought to go into what you call a holding account.
Right.
Then there's a cash waterfall mechanism committee, which we are reconstituting. The ministry is represented, Ministry of Finance, PRC, and then they would determine the formula to apportion the money. So if ECG decides to declare only 1 billion, what it means is that the 500 million, they keep that money and spend it in-house. So this 5 billion that we are talking about are monies that are collected, but ECG failed to declare those monies and decided to appropriate the monies and spend them. So when they do that, then power producers will not be paid, generators will not be paid, the transmission grid companies will not be paid, even the levies, which are statutory and passed by parliament, will not be paid. And that is where you are having some of these major problems. And it's all because they are engaging in what I call very frivolous procurements.
Just a kwanya wamo efasuo wamo niema hodu a wamo hia wamo kra anasa wamo tono procurement no. Honorable John Abdullah Jinapor Energy Minister buachra say emu ye wurem just any esika no ene nanam sebu akwa so kwantanan so saa na ekọ unim ba bia bekọ akwa wura na che se Ghana taxpayers money na hye bills no masum di agu Ghana for so bebre na yentimi nchiati illegal connection ekọ so Ghana ha say no sika ne kakra na omogie no omomfa ne mapepe bia omoche na yakwa homa no so ne energy analyst Afenyo chief executive officer Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy Benjamin Isia kwahwehwe nkomo e de afa saa ensemi eho anke ben anwumre ma adwumu akwaba de back akra kasebo eso
anama yaminia
yo bijidi yes energy minister ensama wodi atudwa no watibi say ECG etimi import niema ba container niema ewomu $500,000 omu so omu ni sika omu de back clear ekodi mo regina afa yakotwa no fofofo de am obi $100,000 Ghana cedi na ECG etimi san so kwato no $300,000 sansem we no usom say
that's it anama some way enye ye nwanwa mekaisa bredi me ba studio be cheche bu se seni ECG edi ni juma no oni ni juma mra kwan so ofa mranya na watam mrane dia hye ni nsem ye ma enfa so mra company no ensan fa so mine. And I think that preliminarily reporting ama ya hu se ECG juma di na odi no ehia nhwehwemu kese a e wo se wona wadi fam no etimichi wontum because one most of the MDs and other the two MDs now maba atwam in fact the three MDs are from Budu time they bet sit up on time I was say investigate your thoroughly with procurement practices we free the board Yemia Herbert Crapper and son of the Minister of Energy. Edano also needs some proper investigation and also if a bit to me prosecution because the ECGIA will respect to or more correspondence with the cash water flow mechanism now and doesn't make any economic sense. The Omaya will respect to procurement. It doesn't make any economic sense. And as a UTA will respect to technical efficiency and not technical practice, every company are funding to peripheral. It doesn't make any economic sense. And you know, the hearing give to me a say after auditing the activities of the previous government, with respect to ECG, after auditing report, one recommendation I was in making is Bibiana or shadow or payo. So one shed up crano, Oma Ghana Air Casey, Emma ECG company Nicholas. I was saying the Pan Court. Now answer some questions. One to answer was so good. Nobody I should be a Mawana that should be an obey ECG. So another the company we are showing them. To serve the interest of the company and also the interest of Ghanaians.
Keben yen to us say na no ada ye hu se PWD omo audit no mugusu a wamo ye no was from January ekopim December 2024 12 month no omo hwehwe nkratam ni ECG account mu nkwane collections no is over 15.8 billion Ghana cedis but the omo declare no omo declare ni no omo declare skabese 10 point something billion and I want kran so etua ska also mutua de ma providers no so kran omo entua ne sa entu hwemu a ubu akonta mi say de make no wodu ani adi a kire sika close to be say 9 billion e de ECG for per account PWD that auditing no ye ni baby asika ne faaye se wotie honorable John Jinapor or say IMF for a propose say electricity bills no komuntum be say 50 to 53%. Entumu ene ye hia anase loopholes bi de baby ene wosi ye twere sika be generate no ye de hia.
I think that's a question where you PURC answer here in the third quarter tariff adjustment. There was so to mukra na ECG into me karana ekesi nebebre Ghana for anyone who is exam kania. So yes, I'm saying your position is into mukesi no a bomb into mukesi na ema industries go into mukesi no nya yoba nti enye into mu and never solve a problem. No. The problem is that the sector must be efficient, and all leakages, no, you be blocking in. You blocking in. You make me recover a lot of revenue, and I mobilize a lot of revenue to settle some of these data. PSPs, now say our sector service providers, we make me settle on it. We just need good corporate governance structure. These institutions. Now you nyami na say you share me money here. Emma. Ying say because Jinapor too. Yes, Jinapor too the macroeconomic indicators now no favorable. Jinapor too because if inflation, the international market price of these sources of power, no, they depreciation of the currency, they are set tariff. But say no more. Say ye too much could be we think that efficient management of the sector, no, will guarantee the payment of the debt of the sector and not necessarily say able to a tariff. Tariff no dey my fanko e dey kwa e dey how kesi na bebre so ma enso mo so dey make nyina dey say saka we a ECG amaya boy a yenim nkofokra ko manage ECG, the Minister of Energy then, the Board of Directors then, the MDs then, our more boss aka we dey to my own. We need to prosecute them if culpable by law. Siskane was a from my any from moment when to answer. Tiasia or Munkoda. Now said that you will be echo any of these state-owned entities now. Obehu say or ye Jumano, Eddie Asum my no yes or ye Eddie Asum on the bottom.
That's the January. Yeah, when you're at Benjamin is here, a Chief Executive Officer, Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy. Ochna, yeah, the neighbor,